In the heart of the burgeoning Roman Empire, a future leader was born on December 30th, 39 AD. His name was Titus Flavius Vespasianus, the firstborn son of the ambitious military commander, Vespasian. The Flavian family, though not of the ancient patrician aristocracy, was steadily climbing the ladder of Roman power. Young Titus received his education in the imperial court, a privilege that placed him among the elite. He studied alongside Britannicus, the son of the reigning Emperor Claudius, forming a close, albeit tragic, friendship. This proximity to the center of power exposed Titus to the intricate and often dangerous politics of the Julio-Claudian dynasty. Tragically, Titus was present at the banquet where Britannicus was poisoned, a chilling lesson in Roman political ruthlessness. He even tasted the poisoned drink himself, suffering a brief illness but surviving the ordeal. To honor his fallen friend, Titus later erected a golden statue of Britannicus in the palace. His formal military career began with a commission as a military tribune in Germania. There, he learned the harsh realities of frontier warfare against fierce Germanic tribes. He quickly gained a reputation for competence and bravery among the soldiers. Following his service in Germania, he was posted to the province of Britannia. In Britain, he further honed his skills as a commander, participating in the suppression of local uprisings. His father, Vespasian, also served with distinction in Britain, adding to the family's military prestige. Upon returning to Rome, Titus practiced law, demonstrating his versatility and intellect. He married his first wife, Erisina Tertulla, the daughter of a former Praetorian prefect. Sadly, Erisina died shortly after their marriage, leaving Titus a young widower. He later married Marcia Furnilla, a woman from a distinguished family with connections to opponents of Emperor Nero. This marriage produced his only child, a daughter named Julia Flavia. However, the marriage was short-lived, and Titus divorced Marcia for political reasons. A major turning point in Titus's life came with the outbreak of the First Jewish-Roman War. Emperor Nero dispatched Vespasian to quell the massive rebellion in Judea. Titus accompanied his father, serving as his second-in-command and leading the Legio Convii Apollinaris Statuaris. Together, Vespasian and Titus methodically pacified the rebellious province, capturing city after city. Titus distinguished himself with acts of personal bravery, often fighting in the front lines. During the campaign, he began a famous and controversial romance with the Jewish queen, Berenice. The tumultuous year of the four emperors saw the Roman world plunged into civil war after Nero's suicide. The legions in Egypt, Judea, and Syria declared their allegiance to Vespasian, proclaiming him emperor. Vespasian departed for Rome to secure his claim to the throne, leaving Titus in charge of the war in Judea. Titus was now tasked with the ultimate objective, the capture of the heavily fortified city of Jerusalem. The siege of Jerusalem was a brutal and grueling affair, lasting for several months. Roman Ziga towers and battering rams relentlessly assaulted the city's formidable defenses. The defenders, though racked by internal divisions and famine, fought with desperate courage. Titus offered terms of surrender multiple times, but they were consistently rejected. Finally, Roman forces breached the city's outer walls and fought their way into the narrow streets. The fighting eventually reached the sacred Temple Mount, the heart of the Jewish faith. In the chaos of the final assault, the Second Temple was set ablaze and utterly destroyed. The destruction of the temple was a cataclysmic event with profound historical and religious consequences. With the city's fall, the great Jewish revolt was effectively crushed. Titus returned to Rome to celebrate a lavish triumph alongside his father, the new Emperor Vespasian. The Arch of Titus, which still stands in the Roman Forum, was built to commemorate this victory. During his father's reign, Titus was groomed as the heir apparent, sharing the consulship with Vespasian. He was also appointed prefect of the Praetorian Guard, an unprecedented move for a senator's son. This position gave him immense power and control over the emperor's personal security. His tenure as prefect was marked by severity, and he was known to act decisively against perceived threats. This period earned him a reputation for ruthlessness, causing some anxiety about his future rule. His relationship with Queen Berenice continued in Rome, causing a public scandal. The Roman populace was wary of her influence, and Titus eventually, and reluctantly, sent her away. Upon Vespasian's death from illness, Titus ascended to the imperial throne peacefully. He became the first Roman emperor to directly succeed his own biological father. Despite earlier fears, his reign began with acts of clemency and generosity. He halted all treason trials and heavily punished informants who had thrived under previous emperors. Just 2 months into his reign, disaster struck the Bay of Naples. On August 24th, 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted with cataclysmic force. A pyroclastic surge of superheated gas and volcanic matter engulfed the city of Pompeii. The nearby coastal town of Herculaneum was buried under a thick layer of volcanic mud. Thousands of lives were lost in an instant, the cities frozen in time. Emperor Titus responded with immediate and immense personal generosity. He traveled to the devastated region to oversee the relief efforts himself. He used funds from the imperial treasury to aid the survivors and begin rebuilding. He even donated property from his own villas to help the afflicted families. His compassionate response to the tragedy earned him widespread love and admiration. The following year, Titus presided over the official opening of the Flavian Amphitheater. This monumental structure, started by his father Vespasian, would become known as the Colosseum. Titus inaugurated the amphitheater with 100 days of spectacular games. The arena hosted breathtaking gladiatorial combats between skilled fighters. Elaborate wild beast hunts, known as Venationese, thrilled the massive crowds. For one spectacle, the entire arena floor was flooded to stage a naval battle, a naumachia. These lavish games served to entertain the populace and celebrate the glory of the Flavian dynasty. The Colosseum stood as a testament to Roman engineering prowess and imperial power. As if one disaster wasn't enough, a great fire swept through Rome later that year. The fire raged for 3 days and 3 nights, destroying many important public buildings. The Pantheon, the Baths of Agrippa, and the Temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus were all damaged. Once again, Titus demonstrated his leadership and commitment to his people. He sold furnishings from the imperial palaces to fund the reconstruction efforts. His swift and generous actions during these back-to-back crises solidified his benevolent reputation. He was a ruler who genuinely seemed to care for the welfare of his subjects. The historian Suetonius records that Titus lamented any day he had not performed a good deed. He famously remarked, "Friends, I've lost a day, if a day passed without helping someone." His public works also included the construction of new public baths, known as the Baths of Titus. These baths were built on the former grounds of Nero's extravagant Golden House. This act symbolized the Flavian dynasty's commitment to public service over private luxury. Despite his immense popularity, Titus's reign would be tragically short. After presiding over the closing ceremonies of the Colosseum's games, he set out for the Sabine countryside. During the journey, he contracted a severe fever. He died on September 13th, 81 AD, in the same farmhouse where his father had died. His last words were reportedly, "I have made but one mistake. Neither." The exact nature of this mistake has been debated by historians for centuries. Some suspected his ambitious younger brother, Domitian, of having a hand in his death. Rumors circulated that Domitian had poisoned him to seize power more quickly. However, most historians believe he died of natural causes, likely malaria. Titus had reigned for only 2 years, 2 months, and 20 days. The people of Rome mourned his passing with genuine and profound grief. The Senate immediately deified him, officially recognizing him as a god. His brother Domitian succeeded him, and his reign would be much longer and far more autocratic. Titus's brief rule left a lasting legacy of compassion and civic duty. He was remembered by the Roman people as Amor Ac Deliciae Humani Generis, the love and delight of mankind. His handling of the Vesuvius eruption and the fire of Rome set a standard for imperial responsibility. The completion of the Colosseum remains his most visible and enduring monument. Though his time as emperor was fleeting, Titus's reputation as one of Rome's good emperors was secure. His life story, from military conqueror to beloved ruler, showcases a remarkable transformation. He proved that a man known for war could also be a master of peace and compassion.